Hi, welcome to Tuesday's edition of Game Creation, and today we're looking at the second option of making your game or app responsive, okay? Now, if you've missed the first one, just a brief recap of what responsiveness is. It basically means your game or app can work on any device, any screen size, right? So a mobile phone all the way to a 4K or 8K monitor. Today's option, the second of the three options, which I'm undecided whether there are three options. I believe there are, right? But anyway, so if I come on Thursday with a fourth option, you'll know why. I don't think there are. Anyway, this is the worst one, right? I think Clickteam have included this with their product as a bit of a joke. Now, some of you might completely disagree, and please feel free to say in the comments if you think that I'm being harsh. But this seems to be just the absolute worst way of making your game or app responsive. So yesterday we kept the pixels exactly the same and just put a big black bar around it. Today we're going to stretch the pixels. Okay, so anyone who does anything with emulation will know exactly how much most people do not like stretching pixels, but we'll have a look at how to do it. So we're going to use our project from the JRPG episodes, but it doesn't really matter which project you use, okay, because the principles will be the same. And to just remind us where we're up to, here we've got a 640 by 480, whatever it is, frame, which is the default for Clickteam. And if I maximize it, it just puts black bars around it, right? Simple. To enable this stretching, you click on your project. Okay, so you don't want the frame, you want the actual project, because these are project-wide options, and go right down to the bottom of the settings tab, and no, sorry, not the settings tab, the window tab, and there's options here, right? And you'll see the first one says resize display to fill window size. If I click on that, you won't see any difference, okay, until I maximize it, and then you'll see a big difference. Ugh. So what this has done is it's changed a resolution of, I don't know, 2 to 3 or whatever it is, to 16 by 9 essentially. It's not quite, because there's the menu bit at the top, but anyway, so it's stretched out, it's made it a lot wider. Okay, so it's butchered my hours I spent on this pixel art here. Okay, maybe not, but it just looks weird, right? Now you might think, well, hang on, is that the only option? No, it's not. Okay, so they do include a better option, a kind of halfway house between option 1 and 2 of being responsive, is fit inside. So essentially, this will keep the resolution the same. Okay, so the whatever the ratio of 640 by 480 is, it will keep it the same. So it won't stretch it out. It won't make this guy seem a lot sort of bigger than he is, or wider than he is. So if I maximize it now, it keeps the same proportions, okay? So that guy looks the same, just bigger, right? And you can see that it's added black bars around the side, right? And we can choose the color of that, as we did in Monday's episode, right? Okay, so this is slightly better, but if you look, it's really jaggy now, okay? Because the pixels have sort of been stretched, right? So you imagine the pixels are tiny, so you can't really see them with your eye. But if you make everything bigger, you can start seeing the pixels. Now, one of the problems with that is that if you look at his head should look like a nice circle. But the more you stretch it out, the bigger the pixels get, the less it looks like a circle and it looks like a little staircase, right? So we want to sort that out and make his head look less like a staircase, which it does at the moment, okay? And this is where the third option is. It's called anti-aliasing. It basically, for the surrounding pixels of that staircase, it picks sort of halfway colors to kind of blend them together, okay? Some people like anti-aliasing, some people don't. For classic pixel art games, it's best not to use it. You want to keep them sharp, because I quite like the pixels. But anyway, so if I enlarge it now, you can see that it's sort of smoother, although you can't really notice it, to be honest. It just looks like blurry, and that's the issue with anti-aliasing, is it just makes everything look blurry. So use at your peril. The other options we're not really going to go into because they're not as relevant. Do not center frame area in window and stuff like that. I'm not going to go into that, but that's your options. And yeah, it doesn't this. Look, some people will go, oh, that's amazing. I'm doing this game as a quick little project. I want to share it around a few family and friends. I don't want to spend ages on option 3, which we're going to cover tomorrow, like the best option, which we're going to cover tomorrow. So I just want something quick and easy. I want it to look good. I want it to enlarge. Have other people or have other things done that? Of course. So if you do any, like the what's it called, the Nintendo Switch Online service, or any of the Konami collections, they will do a form of just stretching out, because they don't want to recode the whole or redraw all the assets to 4K assets. Okay. So they will just stretch them, and they'll do some much cleverer anti-aliasing. The anti-aliasing in Clickteam's not as advanced probably as they're using. So it's an option, it's on the table. Is it the best option? Absolutely not. You've spent a lot of time, perhaps, on the pixel art and the graphics, on making everything look really crisp and exactly how you want it. And you're enabling an option just to make it a blurry mess, or make the pixels so big that the beautiful pixel art that you've made, the illusions in it and the blending of the colours you've done, just look an absolute mess. Like, do not pick this option, okay? But it's there in case you feel that it might be good enough for your project. So tomorrow we're going to cover like the big one, the actual way you make your game or app responsive, or the way I think that you should, especially in this day and age. So I hope you join me for that. It might take, what I'll probably do is make it for the rest of the week. So we'll do sort of 3 episodes on it, because there's a lot of things around it perhaps. But, I don't plan these things in advance, so we'll see how it goes. Keep your comments coming in, and any suggestions you want me to cover on the channel, keep them coming in. Like the video if you like, and if you want to see more from us, click subscribe. Thank you very much.